Welcome to the podcast entitled Couch Potatoes Unite! Exclamation point. I'm going to bring up my introduction because I don't know it by heart. We're live on Facebook! Hi, everybody! This is our podcast based on a blog of the same name because we are live, damn it. It's a miracle. My name is Kylie and I love TV. If you feel the same, keep listening and or checking out the blog at couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com as you're bound to find some common ground or something you like. For Couch Potatoes Unite, we're all about the wonders and the unique long-form storytelling of the small screen. CPU, like so many of you, is back to school via our crew scholarship to Columbia University. No, not really. We're live from the bunker. We'll explain that in a minute. We hope you've been following releases of brand new episodes of the podcast on Wednesday, as well as new blog entries on some Tuesdays. And as always, we have several more new episodes on the way. In case you don't know, we have lives behind our podcast. Our episodes are published every Wednesday. Subscribe to our blog, the podcast via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or Google Play to stay on top of brand new episodes. We talk about Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Grimm, American Horror Story, How to Get Away with Murder, Gotham, Once Upon a Time, Supernatural, the Marvel's Netflix series, the DC Television Universe series. We have more coming on our way, including New Girl, The 100, Doctor Who, Orange is the New Black, The Originals, Vampire Diaries. We're going to wrap that up with a 2-part episode. We're going to wrap up Broadchurch with a 1-part episode. We're going to do Sense8 in a 2-part episode. And we have our Buffyverse series, which you should be following because people seem to like that. It's pretty cool. We're also going to cover Lemony Snicket's Unfortunate Events, and there's just so much coming. What's more, CPU, you know, we're live again. Hi! Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Everybody
says hi.
All right. Who?
Your sister.
Oh, hi. Hi, Sissy. We've been planning some live events, as I've repeatedly been alluding to in these introductions. We're super excited. Obviously, tonight, we are live from the bunker. We're going to be talking about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Season 3. And, you know, we have an amazing Wi-Fi signal in this bunker, and I just happened to stumble into it with all of my podcasting equipment and my webcam. We're very prepared
It's
here.
amazing.
I know, it's a miracle. Really? Hi, Facebook. Let's see, we also, if you can believe it, CPU is coming up on our 100th episode. We are ready for syndication. I know, it's crazy. So we have another live event coming up, and it's going to be at Comedy Outlet Mondays on October 2nd at Dog Story Theater here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We don't have a live studio audience today. I mean, we have a live Facebook audience, but we will have a live studio audience on October 2nd to celebrate our 100th episode.
We're really?
Woo, it's true.
That's crazy.
I know, it's a miracle. I feel like Chris and I are having the same conversation. Whatever you do, though, follow our social media, our Facebook page, our Twitter at CPU Podcast, our Instagram at Couch Potatoes Unite, our Pinterest at CPU Podcast, or you can come to our blog, YouTube channel, iTunes channel, Stitcher Radio channel, Google Play, and you can always email us at couchpotatoesunitepodcast@gmail.com. Today, we're around the water cooler and streaming originals. We're going to chat about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Season 3, which was released for viewing on May 19, 2017, 13 episodes, which means, for the record, that the show is legally available to Netflix subscribers exclusively, as it is Netflix-produced original content. And as many times as we say Netflix, seriously, Netflix, if you're watching, we're a supporter. Help us out. Okay. Normally we would do a plot summary here. Well, we're not going to do that today because we're talking a sitcom. We've talked about this sitcom before. What I'd like to do is encourage you to visit our website. Go to the header with the picture with the TV watcher, the dialogue box at the top right. Use your search terms, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. You can find out what the show is about, or you can go to Wikipedia. That's kind of what I do anyway. So for now, our excited group of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt panelists. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yay.
Very excited.
So, you know you're on camera, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hi, camera. These are the 5 original panelists. We're going to talk the 3rd season. They're going to talk about the laughable, the cringeworthy, other impressions of this popular comedy. And the show is a situation comedy, so it should be noted that all of our panelists have viewed the entire series to date and may discuss sensitive plot points, surprise gags, or other things best enjoyed by our first watch. So for those of you who have not watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt to this point, listen at your own risk or watch, as there may be major spoilers. At this time, I'd like the panel to reintroduce themselves. You don't have to talk about how you came to watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. We already did that. But I want you to tell them your first name, and we are going to do the temperature check, of course. We're going to do the CPU standard character question, which changes with each show we do. I don't know if I can talk anymore. This is going to be great. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, how would you rate your interest in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as of the end of Season 3? And I have tweaked this character list yet again. Nothing about this show can get you down. Sure, it has its rough spots, like trying to graduate from Columbia, equipped with only a Cruise scholarship and a recently acquired GED, or like holding out on divorcing your former cult leader and apparent husband because you give in too easily when it comes to friends' peer pressure. Otherwise, it's completely exhilarating, even if occasionally disappointing, like the exciting world of potentially being a crossing guard, a la Kimmy Schmidt. It's as fabulous as your ode to Beyonce's Lemonade, your TaskRabbit vocals on Boobs in California, or even the animated commercial icon based entirely on your ripped-off likeness, but you nurse a dark secret, quite possibly related to your real opinion of the show, whatever it may be, a la Titus Andromedon. It's better than being an ineffectual member of City Council, championing your all-character Manhattan neighborhood, a la Lillian Kaustupper. You learned a lot this season about what the show and your favorite characters, namely you, were capable of, for good and for bad, like cooking something or demanding a change in the mascot of an NFL team, all while staying true to your heritage in a way that doesn't feel offensive or potentially out of step with today's changing times. Yet you're still hoping and see the potential for more from this show, a la Jacqueline, formerly Voorhees, now White, or her parents, for the record. You felt this season was a little disjointed and jarring, not unlike the accident that resulted in you being hospitalized essentially as a mummy until reconstructive plastic surgery changed your entire face, causing you to be handsome and turn into a shallow dude bro, like Russ Snyder.
My favorite one was.
Okay. You think that Season 3 is not as fulfilling as Season 1 or even Season 2, and though you try to fill the hole this show usually fills for you by starting your own cult, you decided you were better off not watching it like mole woman Gretchen Chalker, or you couldn't care less. You're too busy being day drunk while trying not to be night drunk, to be too invested in Kimmy or her friends' exploits, though you do enjoy the challenge of trying to psychoanalyze the whole messy business, like Andrea Baden, who would like to start.
I can start.
K!
You gotta talk me through it. I'm Nick.
That's your name.
Great.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah. And then,
You pick a character.
I was Titus last time.
You were.
We all were, weren't we?
No, I was Kimmy.
I was Kimmy, too.
I would stay Titus, but maybe throw a dash of Gretchen in just because I thought it was a slower start. So, I basically like the first two seasons better.
I see. And it was filling your hole.
When you say it like that.
Which hole?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go first.
Okay. I mean, you answered the question. So you're
All right.
Titus with a dash of Gretchen.
Sure.
Okay. Well, welcome back, Nick.
Thanks. I just was remembering Gretchen's storyline.
She started another
No,
call.
I know.
Okay. Who's next? You're on camera.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi. So last time, I was one of the two people that was Kimmy. And this time, I think I'm going to go similar to Nick, but not identical to Nick.
Never identical.
I can never be identical with Nick. I'm going to be Titus, but I'm going to go with a dash of Russ. It was a little disjointed, but not bad, but I think it was also because of the slow start. But because I can't be like Nick, I'm picking Russ instead of Gretchen.
Can I change it to Russ?
And I'll change it to Gretchen.
This could go on forever.
Why can't you guys just pick one? It's not that hard.
I never
Normally he
pick
does,
one.
and he gives people a hard time.
He usually picks like 5.
Why don't you go next?
I will
So
go
we
next.
can start judging your
I'm
options.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Jeez.
I was Titus last time. I'm going to be Lillian this time.
Okay.
It's better than being an ineffectual member of the city council. So there's that.
And there's that. Welcome back, Sarah.
Yeah, it's great to be in this bunker.
I'm Krista.
Hi, Krista.
Hi, Krista.
I think I'm solidly in the Russ camp
Okay.
still.
Still, you were Titus last time.
Sorry. Even though I said a minute ago that I hate him now.
Oh.
Oh, even.
Because he's a shallow douche bro. I'm sorry. Dude bro.
Oh, Russ is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I meant Titus.
Okay. Not that other word. That I I really enjoyed season 3, but it was a mess. It was all over the place. At the like when it ended, I was like, the screen came up and said like, next we're gonna have you watch Riverdale, and I'm like, wait, it's done?
I felt that way.
Yeah, me
I felt
too.
that way.
Like,
Yeah.
huh?
So much to talk about.
It didn't seem like the end of the
It
season.
seemed like it just stopped. It just stopped.
Okay. Well, welcome back, Krista.
Sorry.
And
I'm Andrew.
hi,
Andrew.
I would say I'm a mix of 3, but if I had to pick one,
You do have to pick one.
well, I guess if I went to pick one, it would be Jacqueline
Okay.
with a
Your
little.
favorite character?
Yes, with
Okay.
the little Gretchen
Sure.
and Andrea, because I do think I was drunk when I watched this.
Well, that's honest.
I think then we're all a little.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, there were things I liked about this season, but I felt the first and second seasons were better, and I felt this season was a lot of filler, like an entire season to just fill in for storylines that are going to be happening in the future, and it just ended because it never went anywhere to begin with.
Oh, snappy.
All right.
Welcome back, Andrew.
Always good to be here in the bunker.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, fake news. We're hiding from the apocalypse.
We're hiding from Harvey.
Harvey, oh, right. Oh.
Way to predict it.
It's hard.
Bummer.
Hurricane that hit Texas.
Oh, right.
Yeah. You've been away. It's okay.
Are you still day drunk?
Should I call you Andrea?
Andrea.
That's my name in Italy.
Andrea, if she's drunk.
Andrea is Andrew in Italian, so I've been Andrea. For the
What's
past
your
month.
name?
My name is Kylie. I'm the unbreakable moderator. Just kidding. And let's see, last time I was Kimmy. I am not Kimmy this time. I feel everybody's kind of sinking on the scale, but I'm going to sink just to Titus. I still think it's fabulous, like the Ode to Lemonade and Boobs in California, I could take or leave. The commercial icon was great. And I do nurse a dark secret. Not about my cruise job, just about how I feel about this show. Tease.
She's playing to the live audience.
I am, a little bit. So that's who I am. And welcome back, panel.
Welcome back. Got her.
Or we'll do that show some other time.
I'll have to watch it.
Oh, fine.
I've never seen it.
I know John Travolta's in it. Oh, I know.
Oh.
Just a
Right? And welcome
Yeah.
No, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah,
that
you
was
are.
like
You're
his
right.
first thing.
And
Yeah.
all the baby boomers and older Gen X in the audience are going, oh.
All I know is, welcome back.
Very nice. That's right.
I got
That-
it.
that's okay.
Well, welcome back to talk about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt,
Oh, yeah.
season
Okay.
3. Okay.
All right.
So we've already teased how I think we're feeling about this season, but obviously this is a podcast. It's a live podcast. We're recording. We will republish tomorrow on our audio stream. This is for live on Facebook exclusively today. Hi. So let's talk about season 3. There are a lot of things that happened. This season was quite filled with sort of many events, big episodes, and then some stuff that kind of connected the big episodes, maybe. So I guess at this point, take some time to talk about how you feel about season 3, highlight what you loved, what you didn't love.
I loved Laura Dern and Daveed Diggs and the guest stars.
I'll agree
Andrew.
I did love Laura
the
Dern's
entire-
Laura Dern was great.
Cast of 30 Rock appeared this season.
Yeah, they
Kind
did.
of,
They
yeah.
did,
A
yeah.
lot of them.
Not Alec
Yeah.
Baldwin or Kenneth.
That's true, but a lot of the
They
other
were-
rated-
they were like-
and
Yeah.
Frank.
But I think
side
they,
characters
was it
did
the
a
show
lot.
that they talked about where they were trying to get Kenneth to walk in the background in his
Page outfit.
in his isn't he like the NBC exec when 30 Rock ends?
yeah.
They were going to try to have him walk in the background to show how these two shows are in the same.
But they did the
Universe.
Orange is the New Black crossover.
They did that, which was
They did
great.
do that.
That's the dumbest thing ever. Who cares?
I care.
It was weird
That
that
made me mad.
Isn't something else supposed to be in this universe too?
Yeah.
I remember reading about
Orange is the
it.
New Black and
Aren't we all in the same
Jessica
universe?
Jones.
Jessica Jones.
No, it's not Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones has a universe.
Was it 13 Reasons?
No.
No.
I'll look it up. Hang on.
The magical goo machine to the rescue.
I thought it was weird that they did the Orange is the New Black crossover when the actress that plays a guard on Orange is the New Black had a different character that was maybe not prominent, but
So twin sister, easy, done, solved.
okay.
Yeah,
She was the crew coach.
yeah.
So you say it's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, because I don't care. I don't watch that show. Who cares?
I care. I watched that show.
I only will
Yeah,
like
but
it if the payoff is
it-
that character is
I
also
thought
in Orange
it
is
was
the New
funny
Black.
and unexpected. I liked the crossover.
It's just
They're
makes me
so
grumpy.
different though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the worlds are
Grumpy.
so different that they shouldn't be in the same.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
both Netflix originals.
But I meant like Orange is the New Black is real and Kimmy Schmidt
It's real.
is like rainbows and lollipops. And
Well,
not-
it's based on a real story, but Orange is the New Black that we see isn't as real.
No, but I mean like
Yeah.
the
Kimmy
world
Schmidt's
is
based
real.
on a true story.
Kimmy
What?
Schmidt isn't real. I mean, in like the
It's an absurdist.
thank you.
It's a different style.
One is realism. One
Sorry.
is
Entertainment value.
yes.
Daredevil, not Jessica Jones.
What? Why?
What?
Is it in the
Who?
same?
That's weird.
Who says
Let's
that?
yell at Krista.
Yeah. How dare you
She
read
did.
something?
Period.
You did it.
Yeah.
Gretchen ends up in Litchfield with Black Cindy and someone whose tongue was cut out, suggesting that Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt exists in the same universe as Orange is the New Black and Daredevil.
I don't
Okay,
understand.
suggesting that no, because if it was in the same universe as Daredevil, then it would also be in the same universe as all the
I
Marvel
don't know
stuff.
that this
Yeah.
This is a,
Which I
this is
could
a comic
see.
book
Kimmy
word.
Schmidt, not Orange is the
Yakuza?
Yeah.
Yakuza?
I don't
The
know.
Yakuza?
Yakuza.
A character from the Yakuza?
Yeah. That's apparently who cut her tongue out.
Oh.
But that's not shown in this show or
No,
in
she
Orange is the
said.
New.
It's shown on Kimmy Schmidt.
And she
What?
said
The
that.
other prisoner
Let me
doesn't
see
talk.
that.
And she said in subtitles, right?
I'm just
Oh.
shocked and appalled right now, really.
Well, it's
What?
connecting 5, 6 Netflix shows.
I don't need any of that, I guess.
You don't watch any of
I don't
that.
think Disney will approve
Why would Disney have to approve?
because Marvel.
Yeah,
Well, but it's
Marvel.
Netflix.
ABC Studios produces the four,
Well,
Yeah.
plus the Defenders, all the Defenders.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
that went over my head.
What
Yeah.
source is that?
AV Club, they're pretty reputable.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry.
Still,
I can buy Orange is the New Black. I can't buy the Marvel tie-in.
I thought Orange
As someone who
is...
But
watches
if they
the
said
Marvel stuff, I
Yakuza
did
or
that.
whatever it is, then I mean...
Well, the Yakuza's a real... Is it a real thing? It's in the show
It's
Archer.
in Daredevil.
It's in Daredevil.
It's not a real thing.
Isn't the Yakuza an Archer?
Sarah's like, can we stop and get back to Kimmy Schmidt?
Well, we can, but
Make
I
it
just
as
wanted to
well.
say that I thought Orange is the New Black, when they were doing the crossover, was just trying to be meta because they did the Pinot Noir
Yeah.
They really
pickle
released.
jar
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
didn't think they were really trying to say this is the same New York and the same outstate New York. And Kimmy Schmidt can travel to Litchfield at any time.
It's probably not. It's probably a fan-made thing
probably
that
just a
people
funny-
just like took.
It's just a funny thing that happened, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, meta. Something jokey in a meta way. Okay, so we don't like... She doesn't like... She's not a fan.
I don't need that. And then I think that that's just trying to go to like a very specific audience, and then it like leaves the rest of us out.
I see.
I thought, in a meta way, it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought it
oh,
was
just
like,
a little
oh,
nod.
that's
That's
cute.
funny.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
if
oh,
it-
that's fun.
Yeah.
They
But
didn't
the
belabor
world,
it.
I can't.
It's like all it is. It's like, okay, Gretchen's in prison. That's where she is.
Gretchen's in Litchfield.
She should be in a
Which is a
mental
prison.
institution.
Let's talk about Gretchen for a moment, since we just did
Okay.
that. She started her own cult.
She did,
Mhm.
and she was...
As you do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
at
she
Kimmy's
too.
suggestion,
And the FBI didn't take her seriously because she was a lady.
That happens.
It does
I didn't mind that storyline, but it was one of the many episodes that felt separate from the season. Like,
because it took Kimmy out of
yeah.
Yeah.
story.
I took issue with that. I took issue with almost the structure of the season. I felt like it was disjointed.
It was a mess.
Yeah, it was. It's good.
I almost gave up, if I remember, and you told me I had to get past. You're like, it's episode 4, Chris. It's the Lemonade one. I'm like, that's the second episode. No.
If I have to keep watching Angel, you have to watch this.
Okay, that's
Sorry, any fans of Angel watching this one.
Anyway, I didn't think it made any sense until like halfway through the season when she was actually at Columbia.
That's when it
With
started to make
David
sense.
Diggs.
Sort of.
I liked that.
It started
Yeah.
making more sense right after the whole.
What didn't make sense up until that point?
It just didn't have a purpose. And I felt like all of the character building that we did at the end of last season was for naught. Because they undid everything that they did.
I feel like Jacqueline's character has
she keeps evolving.
a decent arc.
Well, except for Jack.
Yeah.
She bugged me.
She's
this
I
season.
felt she was
Yeah.
less funny though,
Huh.
Why did
and
she-
maybe because I hated the
I
Russ
wasn't
storyline.
that, but I didn't like the Russ storyline. I just wasn't invested. I
His
just
name couldn't come.
David Cross.
Yeah.
it was like a really slow moving problem that took the whole season, and it just.
I was always nervous they couldn't resolve the changing the NFL Redskins name.
Because clearly
Well.
it didn't get changed, but it did.
It did in their world.
Yeah.
It did in their
In
one.
I'm
the
not
Orange
into
is the New
sportsing,
Black
but it's still
universe.
called that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I did like that they said they had to smush him back together.
They told me to put shrimp on a picture of his face to get used to what he'll look like. I like that.
So the issue with this season is more because it didn't have an overall story.
Well, it did have each character had a
Kimmy's did.
story,
Yeah.
but it just felt like
They didn't
they took
tie
a
together.
pause from each story.
Yeah.
And it,
Like they were separate.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they all, some of them had a lot of stories. Like, Kimmy had lots of things. Like, oh, this isn't working, let's do something else, let's do something else. And instead of just, like, letting her actually build, I don't know.
Mhm.
That's not this show either, so.
And then she just ends up at, I don't even know,
It's
wherever
like
she ends
a
up.
Deus Ex Machina
Columbia?
or whatever, where
No.
she...
At the
sorry.
very end.
It's the tech startup. Oh, you have emotional intelligence.
And there's dogs in a ball pit. I know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I forgot all of that. Nick and I just rewatched
We just
this
rewatched
because we
it.
were like, "What happened?"
I tried to rewatch it last night.
Just all the whole
thing.
season.
Just to refresh in my brain. Like, not every episode, but, like, just, like, pick
Yeah.
some, and then it started coming back.
I will say we've been watching with the subtitles on because our kids are so loud, and I do get more out of it that way. I think some of the jokes go fast, and I don't get them the first time. Like some of the little in jokes.
Lillian was my favorite character this season.
I liked Lillian.
Yeah, her
It was-
story was good.
It was hard to root for her, though, because I felt like she was wrong. Like, she didn't want the neighborhood to get better, and there was someone there that
because
was...
there's a problem with that. Gentrification can be a problem.
I know, but the
But
water
her
was
neighborhood
thick and
maybe
orange.
needed- yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Some upgrade.
they made... yeah.
Health upgrades.
Like, yeah, drinkable water.
That's important.
Well, that's important, yeah, but...
I think it's hard for a show like this that relies on absurdist things to happen to maintain that without it seeming too absurd.
Well, and that's what I was going to say about this season. I still enjoyed it. You know,
Mhm.
it still made me laugh. But this season, I think, more than the first two seasons... So the first two seasons felt really fresh and funny. Like, this style of humor was different. It was brand new. It was 30 Rock-esque, but, you know, hyper. It's just lots of things going on. The second season, if you recall, those of us who were... It was kind of split along the table. Some of you liked season 2 better. Some of us liked season 1 better. I was in the season 1 camp because I felt like it was getting less fresh. I think almost they were trying for a blend of season 1 and season 2 where there were sort of a series of events, but then also a very loose plot thread, but it was so loose it was way up here and everything didn't feel like it connected until certain hit points on the season. I mean, it is a sitcom. It's atypical for it to truly connect, but at the same time it doesn't feel fresh anymore. It feels by rote.
I don't understand... Jackie's character doesn't fit with the rest of them anymore.
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline.
I liked her better when she was rich because I thought it was just funny how rich and clueless that she was. I wanted them to stay there with her because I thought it had a lot of interesting things that could go along with it. And now that she's like trying to be a good person, I just...
Season 4, she won't be trying to be a good person. she'll be trying to be an agent.
Yeah.
A what?
An agent?
Because she was Titus's agent
Yeah.
for the boobs in
I
California.
do not remember that.
Oh,
Isn't it going
I
on
thought
Real
that-
Housewives?
No, she is.
No.
Russ is. Or Russ is still is, yeah.
But she's not.
No.
Because Russ is doing Real Housewives of the Potomac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, the Jacqueline character is still so much like Jenna Maroney. That's
Yeah.
her name, right? Jenna Maroney.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was a little less like her this season, though, because I feel like she's more competent. Like, that's what this
Yes.
season was about.
It's getting her.
But it wasn't as funny. It was, when Titus comes over as Flouncy, that was a funny episode.
And Titus's storyline, although storylines.
There's a-
multiple.
He just nails everything so
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
He's
he was
wonderful.
my favorite part.
Mine
And the
too.
lemonade episode was great.
See,
Yeah.
we had a problem
I
with that because
hated
we
that
don't know.
episode.
Oh, really?
I don't know what they were referencing. I'm sorry. I'm not cool.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Kylie explained it to me.
It still isn't funny if you don't know.
Look, I'm sorry, Beyonce, if you're watching, but I don't think you are because you have like a multi-million-dollar like whatever to run. But I did not know.
Kids.
I didn't know the album.
I
I didn't know any of the songs. I didn't know the style. I don't know any of it. I'm not saying that's my fault. I get it.
Those
I'm not
references
cool.
didn't stand alone.
No.
For me, they
'Cause
did though, because I know what Lemonade is. I have not watched her video album. You know, I haven't really listened to the songs, but I don't know. It wasn't lost on me. I knew what they were
Same.
referencing, but
I haven't
I
actually
got it.
listened to it, but I do.
It landed.
I'm very aware of
And it was a.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
nothing. I
It
got
seemed like they
nothing.
were trying to rechannel the comedy from Pinot Noir, but missed.
Yeah, literally, Kylie had to explain that to me and Nick. We were like, "What is?"
Or
what?
I thought it was like right up there with Pinot.
I thought so
You
too.
work with high
I'm with
schoolers.
Krista.
You should learn your current events. That's how I
Yeah,
know
I
this
should.
stuff.
With
I
the
guess
baseball
I
bat
should.
and the kids and with Lillian, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only listened to portions of this particular Beyonce album, but I knew enough that it did land for me. It's kind of hyper everywhere.
Titus really bothered me, and here's why.
Okay.
Oh,
Not him, but okay. He broke up with Mikey. He
He
did
did.
that, and then spent the whole time trying to get back together. I hate that kind of conflict. Like, I don't find it. And it's not just this show. It happens all the time. Like that they break up and then they spend the whole time trying to get back
together.
with them. I just don't like that. That is that a Lotzie? What are we calling that? I don't like that gimmick because it's
True.
It's his. It just bothered me. So
I
Every
do
sitcom
like
has
Titus
it, I feel
better
like.
with Mikey than I do without.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
yes.
He did have an
Agreed.
explanation for why he broke up with Mikey.
I thought it
Yeah.
was very flimsy.
oh, I didn't mind his reasoning for breaking up with him.
Which is if you're
I
not
didn't get-
sure. You
Right.
shouldn't be.
I guess then I don't know if I want to be with someone,
But-
I'm gonna just be with them. I'm not gonna be like go find. I don't. I can't.
But if he wouldn't have broken up with Mikey, we wouldn't have gotten the shot of Titus coming out of the car with the peacock on a leash.
Which was
That was one of my
I needed
favorite visual moments.
better reason, I guess. Or Mikey should have broken up with him because he wanted to be sure or something.
but Mikey's too good of a guy.
Yeah.
Well, then that's you're writers. You figured it out. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. That just bothered me. That I didn't
Okay.
like that. And I love Titus. I liked the bladder thing.
The having to go to the convenience store bathroom.
No. I hated
No.
that.
Okay.
See,
You don't like
The-
It's time
Ray
to go,
Liotta?
girl.
But Ray
yeah.
Liotta was the
Well,
clerk.
not Ray Liotta, but I just found that whole episode was like
That little montage of Kimmy up at the counter was like.
That's
thought
I
was-
feel like that was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
blah.
I mean, that was like the true absurd Kimmy Schmidt that I think everybody wanted more of. It happened in that episode.
Yeah.
I liked the one where he was the little cartoon bladder.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Where
Because
they
he,
stole his likeness
yeah,
and
and
made
he
him.
literally
yeah.
was wearing like purple when he went in, and then they made it purple. Like he was
Yeah.
dressed like a purple bladder. It was just funny. I liked that.
Was that the one where Pete from 30 Rock was?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Adsit, I think his name is.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I did like that storyline.
What about the cruise ship and the Dionne Warwick?
That's where it was like to the extreme of being like he
Yeah.
literally thought he ate Dionne Warwick.
Were they doing a Life of Pi thing? What was that?
I don't know if it had any root
I
anywhere.
didn't love it. Yeah, I didn't love it.
I liked the mahogany, and he was the understudy, and he didn't want to give it up. I just thought the lifeboat got weird. Like the scenes on the lifeboat. I do like Maya Rudolph. She did a decent job.
Mm-hmm. I liked her too. But how long did it go till we knew that he thought he ate Dionne Warwick, where he was still living in the real world. Nobody mentioned that she was gone or disappeared or anything.
But Titus lives in his own world.
He
With
gives
his
her all
Barbie
these
dolls.
All right.
And Kimmy might not have discovered the internet yet to tell him wrong.
Kimmy
They
was
know-
very busy this season.
They
She
know about
was.
the internet because they.
She was trying to save New York
Titus had
from
to
a
go to the
hurricane.
library to use it.
Yes.
Tammy with an I, thank you very much. And she was going to Columbia.
Right, but wasn't that before?
With,
That's what I'm saying. There was an episode where she like figured out the internet and Google and all that stuff.
Oh, that was later. But she figured out that you could Google yourself.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
just what I meant.
That was the one with Rachel Dratch. With the
Oh.
two Rachel Dratches.
and Rachel.
That was good.
I don't
She
always
was
love
good.
her, but I really enjoyed her in this.
I didn't need two of her. I wish they should have had somebody else fun too with her. Like another fun person.
you didn't like the joke of her playing her own
I
lesbian
did
couple?
not. I did not.
This did not land for you well, did it, Sarah?
No.
She definitely laughed out loud during many episodes.
Yes, there were many funny things that I truly enjoyed.
Such as...
Boobs in California.
Okay.
That's a great song. I was singing that to my kids today because I'm not a mother.
With Judah Friedlander from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
I liked that storyline with him as well. I liked that Titus was so oblivious to how horrible his stances on everything was.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he just
No,
didn't
he
care.
didn't care.
He was a
Yeah, he just
conspiracy-
didn't-
He was getting paid,
He was
so he's
getting
like, I'll
paid.
sing it.
Yeah.
But maybe
All right,
that.
yeah. I mean, didn't
Plus, he went
Sure.
viral and he got big.
Yeah.
So
I think it was
he
that
compromised his principles for that.
But then the
To the
thing that
extent they
did
existed.
give him pause was singing
Boobs.
about California and
About
boobs.
boobs.
About
Boobs.
boobs.
Yeah, it was the boobs.
Well, I thought it was also the bro lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
yeah.
went with the boobs.
Yeah. It's all one and
Just
the
boobs.
same.
All part of the same umbrella. It was a task for TaskRabbit, by the way.
Is that,
Shout out.
is
Yeah.
that a real thing?
It's a real thing. Not the boobs in California. That's not real.
It's real now.
It's real now.
But TaskRabbit is an app that people do tasks for people and get paid.
How can that not turn into sex stuff?
Or murder.
Really?
What
Oh, good.
was that line? Yeah, the nurse said that to Jacqueline. Hopefully this Tinder date isn't a better murderer than last night's.
Yeah, was that Becky and Baker?
Yeah, I think we looked her
Yeah,
up.
that was Becky and Baker. She does Broadway and such.
She's the one who gave Jacqueline the news about Russ
Yeah.
being smooshed and preparing her for it.
So let's talk about Russ.
If David Cross, it was too obvious that David Cross just didn't have time. They should have just killed him off, I guess, or kept him in Africa. Wasn't he in Africa and then he came back for one episode? Just keep him away, and maybe he can come back next season, or I
Well,
don't know.
now he can't because what's his name is the
Yeah.
new Russ.
But
I
I
don't
don't
need
think
that
they'll
guy.
even be in the show anymore because there's no reason for them to be.
I
That's
hope he's
true.
not.
He's beautiful now, so he doesn't need Jacqueline anymore.
Who is it, the new one?
Billy Magnuson, is that
Oh,
his
it is
name?
Billy Madison.
Mhm.
Great actor.
Good looking man.
He was Rapunzel's Prince in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
This is
stage
our
actor.
theatrical audience.
I couldn't. He wasn't Russ. Like,
Yeah.
It was hard. It was
Yeah,
hard.
it's like the
because I mean-
personality was so different already, too.
It was hard to suspend disbelief.
Yeah, to be like, would he really? No, not really.
And he wasn't actually very funny.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it might have been the writing. Like I think they were trying to make him be Russ.
But how could,
I don't know,
what I would have needed for it to work was for him to start off with more David Cross mannerisms and grow into it, so it felt more connected, but it was just too abrupt.
It was like
it
a
was
jump
a
that
different,
didn't land.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's hard to be funnier. David Cross is his own unique brand, his own unique style of acting and character choices. You're not gonna do much better than that if you're going for something David Cross-like. They should have just killed him off, I think.
Okay. Anybody else have that opinion?
I doubt Billy Magnuson will do much of this show. I feel like he's too busy. So they'll
Well,
probably
they
throw him
broke
off
up,
anyway.
too. He went off with his brothers and his dad.
Mhm.
He's part of the
And
family
Lappy.
now. What?
And Lappy.
And Lappy?
His dad's lap.
Oh,
no.
Lappy,
Yeah.
right.
No, that's what his dad called it. I get to sit on Lappy.
I guess
Okay.
I forgot that part.
It was the only aspect of that character that was funny
Okay.
to me that I remembered.
What about Kimmy?
She's unbreakable.
That's true.
She cannot be a crossing guard.
She cannot.
Yeah.
Why can't she be a
Crossing
crossing guard, Krista?
Something
Because
about...
she's married to a felon and a...
Right, she's married
Yeah.
to a felon.
A sex offender.
Yes, a
Yeah.
sex offender.
A child rapist.
All of those things are true.
All these things are true. So we find out at the end of season 2 that she's married to the Reverend Richard Wayne Gary Wayne. And
She
then instead
didn't
of
get
getting
divorced?
a sensible... No, she didn't.
No,
Those
she's
are some-
stalling.
Oh, right. Yes,
Instead.
exactly.
Because of, to save Laura Dern.
To save Laura Dern?
Yes.
From getting married to him. She
Yeah.
didn't want
Yeah.
Laura to marry him.
Oh, I thought it was partially
She's
Jacqueline
protecting her
kind
from
of
a horrible
telling her
fate.
It started that
Pull
way,
out.
Jacqueline told her to stall to make him suffer,
but then she was
Yeah,
going
and
to
try to
do it
get
and
more-
met Laura.
which
Dern.
I found hysterical, and I liked her and John Hamm's banter. I thought that was
Mhm.
fun.
No, and that felt natural too when she was done doing that. To be like, well, he's still in my life. Like that felt like a natural way to kind of go with that storyline. But I don't know. Let Laura Dern marry him. He's crazy. She's crazy.
I
It's
agree.
fine.
But
But I really did enjoy Laura
I clearly
Dern.
didn't
I did
remember
too.
that she had this altruistic reason for holding out, which then torpedoed her one career dream.
Why?
To be
Is
a
that
crossing
a
guard.
career?
Crossing guard?
Yeah.
For Kimmy, it is.
No, but I mean, can I go be that? Do we have those in Grand Rapids?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
Eastern
really-
Rapids does.
yeah. Around
Because they don't have
schools.
buses.
Well, aren't those people just like parents that volunteer to do it and like?
No,
I don't
they're
know.
hired by the
They're
school
paid by the
district.
It
district.
depends.
And
I
some
was
police
one in
officers
elementary
do.
school.
Yeah, me
You could
too.
do that in 5th grade.
I was
You
Yeah.
have to do that
yeah,
stuff.
safety.
Fifth grade safety.
Those are
Yeah.
safeties, not crossing guards.
Seriously, we
But
did
like
not
when-
have them growing up.
I
When
know.
there's events, police do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
That's why it was.
I just
I feel like now too, it's like school districts are like, your bus can't drop you. You can't like cross
Yeah,
the
you
street.
can't.
You have to be like in
that just bugged me the whole time. I'm like, that's not even a job. I guess I didn't know that.
Well, maybe it is in New York City.
New York City.
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe it is in the Orange is the New Black universe.
She's not on our Orange is the New Black panel.
I don't like shows where there's raping.
She's not on the Game of Thrones panel.
No! And I'm not on the Buffy panel.
Because somebody doesn't check his email.
There is raping in Buffy once. I'm just gonna say.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Attempted.
Oh, you're right. You're
I
right.
don't think those
There's
vampires want
raping
the
in
stakes in
Mad
them.
Men, too.
But there's none in Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah,
There's
It's not on screen, but we know what happened in the bunker.
It did happen in the bunker. She said so.
Oh.
jeez, this is really.
I was
Like
trying to
I
segue.
said,
I was trying to
So
segue.
let's talk about her to-be boyfriend, David Diggs, that
Oh,
Andrew
yes.
referred to
Oh.
earlier.
I like that he couldn't rap.
I
I mean, I found it like
Endearing.
It would be too obvious if he was like solid.
I was like really excited for him to rap though.
I know, I was too.
I like that they reference that he's a better kisser than the kissing potato. Because he would. Hello.
Says her husband sits here.
He doesn't care.
Is he on your 5, David Diggs?
You know what? He's not. You're not, David, because my five is like a bunch of 50-year-old men, like Scott Bakula. So you need to get a little
Scott
bit.
Bakula.
Okay. That guy's a
What? Quantum Leap?
Although Bill Paxton died, so I have an opening. Sorry, Bill. R.I.P.
Oh.
Anyway.
We're supposed to
Too
be
soon?
talking about
Is it
fun-
too soon?
A little.
We're
No.
getting so
One of my
Happy
top 5 will be in
Dicks,
Grand
hey!
Rapids soon.
Kimmy threw something at him.
A
trash can.
Trash can, yeah.
I like when she was trying to be sexy and she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And all those young college girls were telling her, like...
Oh,
she-
when they were at the store.
yeah.
Oh, what did this?
Ghosting. Woo. She didn't know what it was.
I just learned what that was recently.
Well,
Like, I didn't realize that was like
a thing.
a thing.
Maybe
Oh,
you should
really?
be our Kimmy.
Like, I mean, I didn't realize it's a like thing that can have a name because people literally do that now, where they just decide, "Oh, I'm just
People
gonna
do
stop
that.
talking to you and ignore
People
you."
do
Well,
that more often than you
People
think.
can be.
I thought it was
No, I
originally
know.
just
I
your.
was like,
I thought ghosting originally was we're all at a party and then all of a sudden, oh, somebody
I know,
left
but
the
that's
party.
an Irish goodbye.
Irish goodbye.
Oh,
Sounds
racist.
Ethnicism.
I'm part Irish and I find that perfectly acceptable.
Well, so am I, and I don't.
Titus was a puppet. Something.
He was?
speaking
Titus-
of,
No, he wasn't a puppet. I couldn't fill in all these words. I was trying to get off the
He's been
racism
trying to get
track.
Mikey back.
He is.
Yeah.
That's his goal now. He has a goal.
He does have a goal.
I like when he chose his goal. I like Jacqueline saying, "You're in my story. I found my purpose." I like that twist. But Titus was trying to get on Sesame Street.
He was.
Yeah.
I kind of wished he was on Sesame Street.
He
but-
probably has
I think
been.
Titus Burgess
Yeah,
has
he-
been on
I
Sesame
think he
Street.
has been on in real life.
Yes,
I know, but
I believe he
I
has.
want the character.
Titus Andromeda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's find you the Sesame Street episode that he's
Let
been
me
on,
see if I
and
can find it.
that's
How's
pretty
that
much
not
the
come
same
up?
thing.
We've watched some Sesame Street in this house, and I have not seen that.
Well, there is like a lot of years. 50 or almost, I think 50.
But he wouldn't have been on it that long ago.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he's only been
No.
culturally relevant since like 2005.
Okay.
They mentioned Dwafan. That's from 30 Rock. His
Dafwan.
character from
The Fwan.
Dafwan.
I
Yeah.
recently watched that. It was fun.
Yes, technically he was on 30
A
Rock.
homosexual
Jenna.
hairdresser.
Became
Yeah.
Jacqueline. Became Jane.
Can I say who I really liked this season?
You can.
I really liked Xanthippe. I thought that was hysterical. That she really did not know how to be in college, and she was kind of like, and when she had her TV show, how awkward she was. Like, hi, well, I can't even do it. She was great. I really,
She called her
love
audience
profiles.
yeah, I enjoyed her.
What did she call them?
She's saw all you Zan heads out there will really enjoy it. And then
And how like she was trying to like be cool to her roommates, and she,
Well,
They were
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
check your
failing.
privilege.
I don't have any plans. I don't have plans. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. They were keeping her out because she's, rich and rich.
She goes to Columbia University. They all rich with $5,000 tuition.
Okay.
and not if they had a crew scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on the crew team
Were you?
at MSU. Yeah, heck yeah, I was.
All right.
Your career is too short.
I was a coxswain. I steered. I called stuff out. Hey, I had to read the map of like a river that I didn't know when we went away.
You were the navigator?
I won.
Oh
Yeah, and
my
I
God.
braked. I steered. I yelled things like, "Go harder! Come on!" You know,
She's an athlete.
That's some sportsing, maybe.
I'm saying I sports. I sports, you guys.
Let's talk about Lillian.
What?
I liked Lillian. She's my favorite character.
She tried to filibuster.
I liked when they made her get like a fancy makeover, and then she like went like this with her hair, and it curled back up really quick. This is funny to me. Her hair's long.
It is.
Yeah.
Carol Kane's just
Yeah.
delightful.
She is.
I love Carol Kane.
I adore
That-
her.
I wanted more of Jacqueline interacting with the other three characters. Because I liked those moments. So I liked when Titus came over, and I liked when then Jacqueline became her Lily version.
Jacqueline's at her best when she's someone's sidekick, as opposed to having her own
I
storylines.
could see that.
Yeah.
Or at least having a sidekick.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
she
She
has
needs a-
great relationships
She needs another
with
person
all
in her.
individual
She needs a partner
characters.
in her team.
Yeah,
Like
when
Mimi
Duke
Canassis?
and what's his name? Duke and was it Floozy? Flopsy?
Flouncy.
Flouncy and
Flouncy.
Duke were trying to,
No,
Touch butts.
yeah.
Mimi Canassis, when she's trying to figure out how
Yes.
to smush.
Yeah.
Mimi Canassis.
Best part about Lillian in this season,
Okay.
Lillian's boyfriend.
Artie.
Yes,
Yeah.
when he says, it's a golden age of television when the Americans gets overlooked.
I did think about you. I'm like, oh, Andrew's gonna.
Yeah.
No, he'll have.
Because it's
he'll
the
have
truth.
response.
The greatest
So-
show on TV.
That was his
I
test
should
to prove
just-
he wasn't a zombie.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
me just put this out there that if you're interested in talking about the Americans, Andrew's super desperate about that.
Final season starts soon.
He's
so.
the only one who said it.
He's bad as me about Mad Men.
What? You're the only person.
I know.
I know. So you should talk and commiserate.
But Andrew might not be on the Americans panel if he doesn't check his email.
Well, now that Kylie put my real email on there and not my spam email that I haven't checked since 2008, my Yahoo account. I don't check that. That's just what I
Gmail
give
did
people
it.
when
Gmail did it.
need to
Okay.
get an email address.
So about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So let's
He
get.
gives Kylie the spam one.
You must have had that from like when it was my real one.
They've
Like-
known each other for a while.
I'm
That's
aware.
true. No, they are too. So let's drive toward the end of the season a little bit. Although we barely talked about Lillian and Artie, and I feel like that was,
That was
a
a big
fleshed out
storyline.
storyline.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was fine.
Every,
It was fine.
every time he talked, I wanted it, whatever he was saying to be funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked them together.
He was kind of the straight man.
I liked when they were talking about their dead spouses and he found out how long ago hers died. That was funny to me. And then it was funny later when she said something about her dead husband, and Titus was like, "You shot him in the face," which we already knew, but it still is funny.
I like when they were on the bunker and Titus took the puzzle piece for a Barbie headdress.
It was a funker, like this one. We're all having fun. Sorry.
We
That
are.
pissed me off.
What's her name? Cindy sells bunkers.
Bunko.
Yeah,
Bunko.
Bunko.
And I like how she bonded with Titus. They seem to get along.
They did.
They're appropriately shallow.
Yeah, they have a fun spin-off.
In the making.
I can see it.
15-minute webisodes.
Yeah, spin-off. It still counts. It still counts.
We're giving you ideas, Tina Fey and Robert.
She was in an episode.
Huh?
Should we talk about Tina Fey?
We should talk
Yeah,
about
Tina Fey.
That was one of
Andrea.
my critiques of the season, is that I really could have used more of her again. So,
Like
Now that I like
she,
this character.
lost her license and
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
it kind of was. I mean, not that I think that like raging alcoholics should maybe be like doling out psychiatric advice. Well, maybe they should. Who am I to say? I don't know.
It worked for Kimmy when she was drunk.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I just wish that she would have not been a body piercer in the mall.
Yeah.
well, I was surprised that they brought her back as the same character, because in the first season,
Yeah.
she was Marcia Clark pseudo, and now
Yeah.
she's played Andrea 2 seasons in a row. It would have been fun if they kept that joke going and put her in as a different character.
She could have been one of the
Tina
lesbian
Fey.
lovers.
She
Rachel
could have
Dratch.
been.
That would have been
Ooh.
fun.
They're like besties in real life, aren't they? Come on now.
But I feel like Kimmy needs a therapist.
But does she need that
I
therapist?
mean, it's Tina Fey at least. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
They could do an Ally McBeal and just keep switching therapists.
Then I guess, well, they could have until you said that.
No, but she's clearly not over being in a bunker and dealing with it. And I
That's
think
true.
Tina Fey's character is a funny character to help her through it, and she did help her in this season.
She did. We revisited her anger in the Xanthippes going to be TV spot there.
Right.
No one has any feelings on that.
Not a ton.
I see.
I loved Titus slowly taking out all his props, and then did I even bring the Marilyn Monroe wig? Profiles.
Wow. Well, okay, so we already mentioned, Jacqueline is deciding to become an agent. She's going to represent Titus, who's gotten famous because his Boobs in California rendition got internet traction. Kimmy failed from Columbia, which was actually kind of sad, really, but I suppose it's
Very abrupt.
or abrupt. And then she was rejected, as we've mentioned, for being a crossing guard because she's still married to the Reverend felon Richard Wayne, Gary Wayne. Did we feel there was enough John Hammond this season? I certainly didn't feel there was enough John Hammond this season.
I was alright with it.
Yeah.
We got Jim Gaffigan. I thought his character was funny.
He was funny. He's always funny.
Yeah, I like
when
Jim
he crops
Gaffigan.
up.
I liked when Yuko kept coming up.
All the different Yukos now.
And then, of course, Kimmy starts working for the startup. So how do you feel the season ended?
Strangely. And
Yeah,
out of the
it
blue.
was weird. I don't know how the
It felt-
startup thing's going to work next season.
Are they going to keep going with the Back to the Future thing? That character was What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not sure I remember that.
It ended with, so that character is dressed like Marty McFly with the vest.
Right.
They start quoting it. Lily comes out of they drive a DeLorean to get Kimmy, and then she comes out of the DeLorean saying it's about your future.
Doing
The
the
whole,
background.
it all ended. It all ended on a Back to the Future
It did.
parody.
So you're asking, will that continue?
I hope not.
How much copyright did they have?
No, they used a DeLorean and what the character wore.
Yeah, he was verbatim wearing like the orange vest and the plaid shirt with the
Mhm.
suspenders.
There was
You
multiple
can't
lines.
copyright costumes, though.
That's
Yes, you can.
BS.
You can.
Mm-hmm. We'll discuss afterwards, but yeah, I know for sure.
You can copyright characters. So if it's a character's costume. But a
That's
puffy
Marty
vest and a
McFly.
denim...
No, you can.
Oh, well.
It's an orange puffy
You
vest
can't...
Very specific.
over a denim shirt.
I know
Yeah, but
it's
you
asked
can't
that
copyright that.
any
And you're like, no one
costumes.
else can look like
I'm
this.
not a
At
lawyer.
all.
I have nothing to contribute.
I mean, you can't copyright green and
I'm
red
just saying
striped
to
things
continue
because
the
of
whole
Gucci.
Back to the Future thing.
The
They
lines
would
are
probably
certainly
need,
copyrighted.
Yeah.
That, yes.
They probably need
And
more.
they used more than one line.
They
I
did.
can't remember the other ones, but
I mean, I don't know.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Did they say that?
Probably.
Did they alter it a little bit?
I don't know. Ask him.
I don't even remember this.
They stopped short of saying it's about your kids. That line. But Lily's quoting Doc.
Lillian.
Lillian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
my
they
apologies.
If they start traveling in time,
What if they do?
I'm gonna need more. I'm
So
gonna
you-
need explanations.
So even though it ended abruptly, I feel like the startup is a good job for Kimmy.
I do it as well.
So it at least was intriguing enough for me to want to come back for season 4.
I don't understand what it is. A startup what?
It's
I
an
don't-
app. Doesn't he make an app? Nom
Yeah.
Nom. He invented that Nom Nom app that people are playing.
I don't think we're supposed to actually have much more than a vague idea of what this startup is. Because it's kind of a commentary on similarly aged, similarly careered folks.
And I feel like that.
It'll
is-
make a lot of money. Kimmy will be rich.
No, I mean,
That's season
money
4.
doesn't last for any of those characters. Titus made a bunch of money, but he ate it.
Yeah, but
But
none
that's
of them were
Titus.
tech startups.
Well,
I
Kimmy
mean,
started
that's where
with
the
thousands
money
of
is.
dollars when she got at the season 1 and someone stole her backpack.
True, yeah.
Someone did.
That was a couple $1,000s. You invent an app and you're millions.
Well, she
I mean,
did.
that's the
Then
difference.
why are we sitting here? Let's go make an ad. Couch potatoes on tie. Yeah.
You're not great at branding.
Who knows how to code?
Oh.
That's what the problem is. You can have the ideas, but putting it in here, that shit hard.
Is that Nom Nom a real app, though? I feel like...
I don't think
I don't
Anyway,
Okay.
what's next?
So how do you feel about the end of season 3? Nobody's answered that, other than abrupt.
We don't
That's-
feel
that's-
great. I don't think.
That's all I really have to say. It just
I was
stopped.
optimistic.
Yeah,
It
that's
needed
what I was
one
saying.
more. It needed one more episode
Yeah.
or something.
But I want to see Jacqueline as an agent, and
Yep.
maybe Titus's career, like,
Take
take
off.
off. Kimmy in the startup. I forget what happened with Artie, or Lardy, if that's Lillian and Artie
That's
together.
their shipping name.
Did they stay...
No,
To
they,
get-
they broke up
He went off.
to Europe on the cruise.
Really, what was the last thing we saw Lillian do?
Because didn't she want him to get a new heart?
Yes, I just couldn't remember what came after that. Nothing?
I just remember her wanting him to get a new heart.
He doesn't have a pulse. That's weird.
So what do you hope to see in season 4? Do you have any predictions or anything?
I don't
Anything
know.
you want to say to the writers at this stage?
I know
Man.
something I want to see.
Okay.
What?
I don't know how likely it is, but I want to see more of Titus's arch rival.
Really?
I do. I like their arch rivalry. It's James Monroe
Eaglehart.
Eaglehart, thank you, from Broadway. He's wonderful,
He's
and
playing
I like.
Annie.
Yeah.
Or Matilda.
Matilda.
He's playing Matilda,
Yeah.
on
Matilda.
the
Yeah.
Wednesday matinees.
Yeah.
So we did get a little
We
bit
got a
of
little bit. I want more.
Oh,
I
he's
like
not
their-
Matilda. He's unnamed child.
Oh.
He's
not
He's
big. Yeah.
in-
It's on Wednesdays when when they have
Yeah.
adults play.
But
all
he's
the
like, and
kids.
I'm playing
He's in
unnamed
Hamilton now.
student number
Yeah,
5.
he's in Hamilton on Broadway right now, so I don't know how
Yeah, me too.
busy he's going to be, but I want to see more of him.
I'm nice.
He was in the workshops.
I would like Lisa Kudrow
Really?
back.
Yeah, he was in the
I would also like Lisa.
I
Yes.
would say the same thing.
Lisa Kudrow,
Kudrow,
please.
yes.
I mean, I
come
know
back.
And
she's
Laura
riding her
Dern.
roller coaster.
Yes, more Laura Dern.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to turn down those people. They're good. They can come.
They can come
Yeah, on
anytime
the
they
show.
want.
That would be great. I always enjoy when Gretchen and
The mole women come back.
what's the other Anna Maria or
Yeah.
Maria. I feel bad she didn't get to do much this season except have an icicle in her butt.
Yeah, she had 1 second where
Yeah.
she tried to talk Gretchen out of the cult, but it was
Yeah.
only local television, so she ran away.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to see in season 4?
Kenneth from 30 Rock? That sounded
Yeah, I'd
fun.
like
Yeah.
to see more 30 Rock people.
Yeah.
Or-
Alec Baldwin?
I'd like to
Sure.
see like Kimmy in a comfortable place for more than one episode.
I wouldn't mind that. I felt the Columbia storyline was broken up by other storylines of hers.
Right.
So, like, actually have the arc of her getting used to having, like, the position
Like
she
I like that
has.
things are so crazy, but I like things just to be a little bit more solid for her because she has enough things happening in her head. Like life doesn't have to be hard too.
I think they need to have a storyline that kind of brings this whole... I mean, they've had the trial and they've had kind of her emotional fallout, but she's still kind of dealing with the Reverend and she's still married to him, and I feel like there should be a larger arc for him if they can get him.
Or
Feels like it should have ended with her getting a divorce. Like, it started with us finding out they're married, I don't know. That's
I
what that
agree,
felt
but they kept him married, so now I want to see more out of that. You know, I mean, otherwise it seems like
What's
a
the
useless
point?
joke.
Yeah.
So
I bet we'll see more of John Hamm next season.
I hope so.
More
Please
bunker
don't.
flashbacks. I like those.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many.
No, we didn't this time.
Andrew, anything you want to see in season 4?
Cohesion.
Okay.
I mean,
Way
this
to talk.
season was
Good
just
podcast.
like late night, just fluff filler TV. I just kind of just watched it. And I didn't hate it because it entertained me and I didn't have to think.
And I didn't have to think.
And then when it just ended, I think I went to go put on another episode. And then wait, what?
Oh, I want to see more of Titus's bladder cartoon version.
I do too.
Just
I
funny.
agree.
I hope Titus and Mikey get back together.
Oh, yeah.
I would like that
Yeah.
too. Very agreeable.
I don't care so much.
I'd like more Dionne Warwick or Maya Rudolph. Maybe I
I'm
just
sure
want the
she'll
actress.
crop off. Or crop up. Not crop off, that's weird.
She could come play Beyonce. She does Beyonce.
She does do Beyonce.
That would be
She
interesting.
also does Oprah.
If Titus
She's
could.
good Oprah. Okay. Well, great. Are you going to keep watching?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you recommend? See, see how they're winding down. I mean, are you? We're
There's
still
no
on.
air circulation in the bunker.
That's true. Maybe the
oxygen is thinning.
We need to crank the crank, guys.
Would you recommend this at this point to others? Why or why not?
Yes, I would.
Why or why not?
I was gonna say because.
Okay.
Because.
I always feel like there's 2 pregnant pause. Anyway, go.
Okay, because it is funny. And it is fun TV. It's nothing serious. You don't have to think. So, if nothing else, it's enjoyable for when you run out of episodes of 30 Rock.
I think it's different, too. It's not like other sitcoms that are on right now.
Yeah, it's nice if you're watching Angel and you need to break up that.
I guess we're foreshadowing the Angel episode that will be coming out soon. Oh man, that's gonna be spicing fireworks, isn't it?
Or any like depressing 1 hour drama when you need like some lighthearted.
Or just look out the window at the world. Just look out the window at the world.
That feels harsh.
Escapism from what?
Yeah.
Instead of watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
No,
No.
I'm saying
If
on-
you're,
Unbreakable Kimmy
so
Schmidt
if
is
you're
the-
tired of looking out the window at everything happening in the world,
Mhm.
you watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt
the
to
other way
escape
around.
from that.
Strike it,
Location.
reverse
I
that.
got it.
Okay.
I got you.
Ooh.
It was really nice being away from it for a month and feeling really guilty when I got back to find out what this country's up to.
Let's not end on this.
Yeah, let's not end on this.
Right.
Unbreakable.
There are boobs in California. Stuff in
Oh,
California.
we got Tina Fey's husband was in the background of a shot.
Yeah, he was.
He was playing for,
Dion.
at the telethon.
Mean Girls is opening soon. Maybe they'll make a cameo.
Maybe they will.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I also recommend Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I mean, I do think the 3rd season was not as good as the first 2, as they've obviously hinted at, but there's still reasons to laugh. And not every show can hit it out of the ballpark, season after season after season, those early seasons. 30 Rock had kind of a slow start on their first season. So a lot of people, it kind of goes up and down, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt kind of hit it out of the ballpark first season, did pretty well second season, and, it was bound to happen that there was sort of a lull or a plateau. So maybe they'll reinvigorate. We recommend reinvigorating it a little bit with all of our ideas and questions. At this time, is there anything else you want to say about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Season 3 or Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Season 4, whatever you hope to see in that future season?
Nope.
We good.
We're good.
I think we should try and have our season 4 panel closer to the release of it.
We will try. We schedule around our panelists here at the Couch Potatoes Unite.
So let's start
Because
keeping
Netflix
March
isn't
open.
sponsoring us.
Oh no, it
May.
might not.
No,
It's
it
May.
can't.
Is it May now?
It was always been May.
See, no.
No,
It
it's in
started
March.
as March.
It came out on March 1st, then April, then May. So if
June.
we're looking
at
at June.
And the it's Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the New Black is always in June.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
Fuller House is like every other week.
Anyway,
Yeah, the way it's going.
Does anyone have anything they want to say to the people watching at home? Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, everybody. We are
wanted-
taking panelists for Weeds and the Americans. Contact
and Mad
Kylie.
Men.
Star Trek?
Kristen, Sarah.
Dawson's Creek.
You have my list.
CPU.
I got one of mine too, so I need to be happier.
You do. CPU is produced by Back Pocket Productions, run by yours truly, and hails from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Please, if you like what you hear, take the time to rate us, give us some stars in iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or Google Play. Let us know how we're doing. Write a review. Leave a comment on YouTube. You can also sign our guest book on the blog, which is couchpotatoesunite.wordpress.com. If there are shows that we're not doing that you want us to do, come to the website, send us an email, couchpotatoesunitepodcast@gmail.com, or find us at Facebook and Twitter. We do respond. It's pretty cool. We're kind of, connected to y'alls. We have several more new episodes coming down the pike. I talked about those. We're everywhere. Subscribe. Get us at our social media accounts. And stay up on new events and episodes. We're going to be live again on October 2nd for our 100th episode. In the meantime, every Wednesday, we're releasing new episodes. I just released a coming soon publication, which kind of gave you the next month sort of snapshot. In the meantime, you can catch up on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt only on Netflix. Netflix, give us some money. As it is Netflix produced original content, Kimmy Schmidt was renewed for a 4th season, which will likely be released if the trend continues in spring of 2018. That's when our lovely panel will reconvene. Until next time and until next episode, keep listening, keep watching, stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.